Hey everybody, this is Paul Valutis, and there's something that I want to talk to you guys about that, hold on. There's something that I want to talk to you guys about that has something to do with life when I used to go to school. Um, Back in the days, it was said that I had trouble understanding my schoolwork, but I think that what I'm about to say is kind of a confession, but I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody. Is the fact that I remember when I was younger, I was accused of having ADD, which stands for Attention Deficit Disorder, and I honestly don't think that I have ADD. I think what the problem is I didn't find anything interesting about school to the point that I just didn't want to learn anything, you know? There are some things that I loved learning about, um, but then it comes to a point where I just don't want to do this because, you know, I think that wanting to learn something should come natural. That's why every now and then I did good in school, and then I just felt like I didn't want to do schoolwork or anything like that. Uh, my favorite class is TV production, obviously, because I got my own camera and I do some editing, which I don't have an editing machine, which sometimes I do. But if I had a lot of fans, if I had people that were like big fans of mine and know a lot about my history, they would probably ask, do I have ADD? And I honestly, in my heart, believe that the answer is no. I don't have ADD. I think that that medicine that I was given was to pay more attention in class instead of, you know, I'm having trouble doing schoolwork, you know. I'm having trouble understanding how to do something, you know. I don't think I have ADD. I just think that, you know, when I was little, I didn't like going to school and I didn't feel like learning anything. And the only time that I felt like learning something is if I was in danger of failing or something like that. And I believe that the reason why I I think that I'm destined for, if not better things, just as good things, is why I haven't really been a big fan of going to school. Which, I don't think anybody was a big fan of going to school. Anybody that says that they loved school, that they wish that they could go back, I think you're full of baloney. I think that you are so smart and so confident that if you could do it all over again, you probably would. Nobody likes going to school, just like nobody likes going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Just like I didn't like going to, waking up for school at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's like, how are we supposed to learn something if we gotta wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning? Honestly. Can we go to school at like 9 o'clock in the morning like we used to? Because that's a lot easier for me, you know? I'm not saying that we should stop going to school and we should forget about homework and all that stuff. What I'm trying to say is if we need to learn things, that we should make learning fun. We should, you know, we should try something fun while we're learning something. My mom always likes to say, I can remember every wrestler that's ever wrestled's names, but I can't remember my schoolwork. Maybe that's because wrestling is more exciting than school is, okay? I mean, I don't mean to get mad, but I really do love the fact that, my mom accuses me of having ADD. Why? Because I don't want to go to school. I hate learning something new. I only want to learn something new when I want to feel like learning something new. Okay? It's not that I don't want to learn something. It's that, why do we have to be forced to learn something? Why can't there be a subject where we could say, hey, we have to learn about this, but when you kids are ready to learn about it, we'll learn about it, okay? I don't have attention deficit disorder. It's just the fact that I didn't feel like learning anything, okay? The only time that I feel like learning something is obviously if I'm in danger of failing, and if I go home with a report card with an F on one of my subjects, obviously I'm going to be too nervous to show my mom and dad my report card, okay? Especially when I had a jerk for a stepfather when I was younger. Can you imagine somebody who has an F on one of his tests, but it's like on the other subjects I'm doing good, and that's the only F that I had for this test? I got an A, a B, and a C, and I got an F. How's about asking me what the test was about, so that when the exams come, or whatever comes up, that maybe we should learn about that instead of learning about what I'm doing good in, okay? But I'll tell you what, my stepfather, I ain't worried about him because he's out of my life. He's my former stepdad, as a matter of fact. I don't have attention deficit disorder, because let me tell you something, is attention deficit disorder is one of those kids that are, ooh, 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 I don't understand, ooh, 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 I don't understand. I don't have attention deficit disorder, okay? I don't have attention deficit disorder. I don't care what medication I used to take. I don't care about how bad I used to do in school. Because guess what? I'm a high school graduate. That's good enough. That should be good enough. Anybody that says I have ADD, you don't know what you're talking about. Just like all of you people that say I have Tourette's syndrome, I don't have Tourette's syndrome. I just love to make people laugh every now and then. I love to have fun. I love to, just make people laugh. And if I make somebody laugh by doing an impression of somebody who I think is funny, the ending result is Paul is crazy. No. I'm not crazy. I think that I'm one of the kindest people that's ever lived in this world, if you ask me. Okay? And all that ADD crap, I don't want to hear it, because I don't have ADD. I was put on medication because I didn't want to learn any things. I am more interesting in professional wrestling. I am more interesting in doing movies. I am more interesting in, hey, what do I have to do to get a young lady to go out on a date with me? What do I have to do to get a good night kiss from a beautiful young lady and not worry about sex? Sex is the last thing that any man should think about when it comes to a young lady. I don't have ADD because I'm a high school graduate. I kept failing the English GED or whatever it's called. I kept failing it, but finally I went to a class to see what I was doing wrong. And you know what happened? The next English GED test that I took, boom, I passed it. So now I'm a high school graduate. And why do I not go to college is nobody's business. Maybe the reason why I don't go to college is because, have you ever thought about that maybe somebody told me that, hey Paul, I understand you want to go to college, but it costs a lot of money, or if you go to this college, they're only going to show you a few things, and then it comes down to you lose all kind of money, and then you got to take another class just to learn some more about what you want to be when you grow up, now that you are grown up. I don't have attention deficit disorder. You know how I know? Because I'm a high school graduate. And you know what? I can read a book and I can remember something that I just read. I recently read about Michael Jackson from a book called The Michael Jackson Tapes. And I remember a lot of crazy stuff that Michael Jackson said. I don't have attention deficit disorder. And I'm really glad that I actually have proven that. But I just want to say, anybody who does have attention deficit disorder, I wish you the best of luck. And I hope that you someday are a high school graduate like I am. And I just want to apologize for being in a... I don't know what happened. It just came natural. But I apologize. And I wish all the best of luck to people who do have attention deficit disorder. Unfortunately for you guys, I don't have it. This is Paul Valutis saying take care. I'm going to watch wrestling. Yes, I love wrestling. So what?